What makes a house a home? Over 8 weeks, 21 homes bursting with style and character are competing to be crowned Home of the Year. Tonight, the judges will visit the last 3 homes. Scoring them based on functionality, individuality and clever design, the home with the highest marks will clinch the last place in next week's final. Making the tough decisions are interior design legend Hugh Wallace, architect Declan O'Donnell, and textiles and homeware designer Helen James.
We have great homes through to the final, but really to get there, you have to pack a punch.
I think myself and Hugh have really different design aesthetics, so it could be tough for the two of us to come to an agreement.
This is it. There's only one more spot up for grabs in the final.
But there can only be one winner. This is Home of the Year. First, a home in County Monaghan. Lee Conlon was just 23 when he built his self-built log house where he lives with his partner, Bridget Finnegan.
From a young age, I was always interested in the environment, and the company bought this house off. It's from northern Finland, so for every tree that they fell, they would replant 3 in its place. And there was a very low carbon footprint with it. The log itself is an insulation in the walls. It doesn't take much to heat it. Roughly about €800 per year would heat the house. There was 3 of us putting the log house up, 2 carpenters and myself, and it's basically a 3D jigsaw. When the logs arrived on site, they all had a label on them like this one, so we'd have to start at the bottom and work our way up, so you'd have R1, R2, R3, R4, and so on. But yeah, we just kept this little label here as a reminder of how the house was built. It took us about 5 weeks to get it from ground up to roof level.
It was amazing how quickly the house went up. And overall, it went fairly smoothly, didn't it? You know, there was very few hiccups.
Ah, yeah, it was a couple, but we'll not dwell on them.
Yeah. Lee and I have chosen this as our favourite spot in the house. And I really like this piece because I think it's something that's very unusual in the house. And we love sitting here and looking out over the lovely views of the countryside. You know, he had a creative vision. He was very young at the time and he knew how to put it together. He coordinated the whole build. And I just think it was a massive achievement, and it really is a fabulous house, and it's just home.
The judges must now assess the home. As always, they only know the basic facts about the property and its owners.
Actually, I'm just amazed to see this house in the Irish countryside. I've never seen a 2-storey high log cabin in Ireland.
I actually think it looks like a gingerbread house.
Yeah.
It doesn't exactly blend into the landscape, does it?
Needs 6 feet of snow.
Yeah.
Gosh, how fantastic.
Big open plan space.
Isn't it great to see all this natural timber?
Actually, the first thing that hits you when you come in is the smell in the pine. So when you come in, you have a lovely aroma. Reminds me of, away skiing.
So the living room.
And we have a wall clock. It's a pity it's not a cuckoo clock.
Yeah.
It'd be terrific, wouldn't it?
It's above a great fireplace, though. The stonework in that, the craftsmanship.
I think the living room is really cosy. I can imagine sitting here in an evening with the fire blazing, a cup of tea. But I just question the style of the sofas. I would have liked to have seen maybe something a bit more classic, like a 3-seater linen straight back sofa.
Even something a little bit more contemporary would have been great.
Yes, yeah, something contemporary would have really worked, actually, that contrast, you know? But I do think they look very comfortable.
I think they are going to be comfortable. And they are, actually, they're really really comfortable.
I think comfort and functionality are a little higher on the list for Declan. For me, the style scales have to be balanced.
I think they actually really work well as well. I think you're being a bit fussy because I think they sit quite nicely here.
Well, Declan, I think you're wrong.
Well, we'll have to agree to disagree, Helen.
I think I'll back out of this conversation.
That's unlike you, Hugh.
I love this because this is the honesty of the structure. There it is, there's the finish, it's so simple.
Like, projects like this are usually self-builds, and could you imagine how encouraging it would be taking on a project like this? How much fun it would be as well, seeing it going up so fast. This is the dining space, which is it's pretty small, but I think it's quite functional, very practical beside the kitchen. But what I actually really like is here, because it's west-facing, so you get the afternoon and the evening sun. Perfect spot for it. They have a little terrace there, picnic table and a barbecue. I think that's really brilliant.
The space is really warm and cozy and with all that natural wood, and this is quite hard. I think actually all the materials in this dining set for me don't really go with this space, and I just don't think it works.
No.
So in the kitchen space, I think this is really functional. I love the big breakfast bar.
Overall, I just find you've got a brown floor here. We have all the walls are brown, the furniture is brown. I have no relief. I want white.
Yeah.
I just need white. I would have loved a little bit of contrast, something just to lift it.
I think there's a real humbleness to what they've done here. It's quite simple. And for that reason, I actually like it. I'm very, very comfortable here.
You just feel like you're on your holidays,
I know,
do you?
this is it. Where's my snowboard? Let's go.
The favourite spot. That's fun.
This is it, yeah.
Isn't it?
And you get...
A swing. It's really cool.
I mean, you can really see why this is their favourite spot. Those big picture windows, all that light coming in, south-facing. They've got the layout and the orientation spot on.
Smashing. It's a pity about the handrail. It's just blocking my view, so I can only see the sky.
Well, actually, it is adjustable, so we could hoist you up.
Well, off you go. And it's really like a Swiss chalet. It's all timber, you know, it's just amazing. I love the big bed.
The only thing is, I'm not really seeing any personality here. Where's the bits and bobs, you know?
But I do think this is a home for life, and I would love to come back in 10 years and see what they've done with it.
I think it's a young couple that lives here, and they're probably just at the very start of that journey.
Yeah.
The home will now be marked out of 10. One score will be held back until the judges have seen all 3 homes, when their combined scores will be revealed.
I love the fact that the structure in this log home was exposed. I loved the open spaces, that viewing gallery. However, I think a more contemporary style in the interiors would have just lifted it to another level. I'd give it a 7.
This space functions really well and the layout is very successful. For me, though, I feel the continuity between the structure and the interior could have been resolved better. I'm giving it a 6.
I didn't expect to see a log house in this competition. I have to commend the owners for getting the design, the layout and the orientation correct. And while I feel they are still finding their style here, there's no denying the uniqueness of this home. I felt like I was on holiday here.
Next up is a city mews. When Jill Casey's husband became ill, they decided to downsize to a smaller home, which was redesigned by their daughter, Alice.
I'm very lucky that I have a daughter and a son-in-law who are both architects, so I could trust them completely. But that's the advantage. You trust your family. With my husband being ill, because he wasn't very mobile, a lot of the house was geared towards making him feel comfortable. So we moved into the house just under a year ago. Unfortunately, he died very soon after that. So this chair and this window spot was created for my husband. He loved the birds, and the idea was that he could sit here, feed the birds out of the window, smoke his pipe. And this is just a great memory of him. And I liked sitting here sometimes. This is my favourite spot. The green screen creates for me privacy in the kitchen, but also contact with the outside world, which is really important to me. And my waving queen is my little joke. You know, I was married for 42 years, and so it's easy to isolate yourself and get lonely. So that window on the lane to me is a really important part of a new life. I'm so happy here. What I find is it's an easy, casual, cozy space. And in the evenings, I draw the curtains, pull down the blinds, maybe sit and watch the television, and I feel totally at home.
Well, here we are, lovely little mews house.
I love this planting and this very modern metal structure. Cool.
Yeah, they've obviously made a change here because this is different from the other one, so I'm looking forward to seeing what it's like on the inside.
Oh,
It's the thing with mews houses, they're quite small. So when you come in, generally you have to open them up. I mean, even though it's actually quite a small footprint, you know, we have a living room here, dining table and probably the kitchen. So it's very compact, but very clever.
Lots of lovely colours. I love all the wood, you know, lots of textures.
This timber screen is actually really effective because it's helping to just zone out the space just a little bit. It's also giving a little bit of privacy into this space as well. So really small little thing to do, but big impact on the space.
So you have this lovely little patio garden area and the mirror. Look at that mirror.
Oh,
So it reflects the garden back. Isn't that terrific?
I didn't realise it was a mirror at first.
Yeah.
You rarely see that in a garden. You see it used inside the home to make a space look bigger.
It's
Very
very
clever.
The introduction of this skylight, we are west facing, so loads of natural light coming in here.
But this is one of my pet hates. This door could have gone right up to the top, which would have got rid of this and just opened up this space that little bit more. I just think this chair is interesting, the way it's just in a particular location. And you got this smaller window and the bigger window, which has obviously been specially made here. The person obviously loves their birds.
Yes. These open, so you can put the feed out and sit there, and there's a little book there to identify the birds that come along.
Isn't that great?
Amazing.
What's great about this is that it's not very wide. You know, it's 600 mil, it's maybe that, but it's not just a window. You can do so much here. It's been designed really well. You know, this is a small house, so every square inch matters, and that's why clever pieces of design like this make the world of difference, because these spaces become usable.
We're now in the dining space. This screen is just a nuisance. It sort of restricts your movement in this area.
I think if you were sitting at this table and you had the bench pulled out, it's very hard to get past, isn't it? I just don't think this is necessary in the space.
In the living room, the screen was working well in terms of zoning the space, but in the dining room, it was getting a bit tight.
What I think is really beautiful here is these Murano glass lamps. They're just so beautiful, and the pattern on them echoes the foliage and the flowers that we're seeing outside. That shows a real eye for design, and I actually think they really make this space.
This is their favourite spot, is in the kitchen. And I think it's very particularly about the window here as well. You can see that the metal screen now is actually very, very clever because it's quite deep. So from here, even though you're out to a public lane, it's a big window, you still have some level of privacy. The steel screen is an ingenious piece of design because it allows that big kitchen window to open up onto the laneway, but it also gives you privacy.
The kitchen is really functional. I love where everything is. It's all at hand. It's just a super little functional kitchen.
It is a really great galley kitchen, really streamlined. All your appliances are concealed, which is actually very clever in a small space because it keeps it very clean and crisp. It's a lovely little writing desk here and an old clock. There's lots of ornaments around and paintings. They actually look like they've been collected over a lifetime. You're really kind of getting a sense of somebody's personality.
Isn't this terrific? A lovely collection of paintings.
Aren't they wonderful? Master bedroom. Love this bedspread, really lovely. Love the textiles in this room. I just wish there was more of them. It's just a pity there isn't more in here.
But what's missing is all those paintings and all those personal effects we saw downstairs. It would have been lovely to have those on the walls up here. It would really have lifted this room.
This is quite a small space, but full of personality, with some unique and clever design details. This is a functional, light, warm and cosy home. I'm giving it a 7.
Smaller houses really intrigue me because you have to embrace clever design if you want to maximise the space. And here they've created usable spaces that really work, proving that small can be beautiful, and I love that. I'm giving it an 8.
A great Mews house with a lifetime collection of paintings and personal items. But this competition is tough and the standard is very high. And I felt this home didn't inspire me as much as I would have liked.
The third home is in South Dublin. The extensive renovations of this Victorian terraced home sparked a career change for our next homeowner, Carla Benedetti.
Like I've worked in graphic design since college, basically. And then off the back of doing this project, I realized how much of a passion I have for doing interiors. So I set up an interiors side of the business. Honestly, I'm really proud of the house. I have poured myself into it and I've spent literally the last 5 years really working hard on it. I just love it. I love the way it makes you feel. It's just really me. I really do, and I know it's a bit cliched, but I love all my little bits and the things I have around the house. My favourite place really is this room. I love the outdoors, so this area is such a light, bright area. For the judges coming in, yeah, honestly, it's a little bit nerve-wracking, I suppose, because it's something that I'm doing now as a business as well. So I suppose you're putting yourself a little bit on the line here too.
It's a lovely red brick Victorian terrace.
Fabulous.
There's been a restoration job here of this Victorian property. It looks like it's been restored recently and done to a very high standard.
This is just such a fantastic tone.
Yes, they have painted the stairs and the architrave, the walls, the ceiling, all in one colour, which is quite a bold thing to do. It's a trend at the moment.
I've gone straight for the window seat.
How unusual.
Yeah, because this is the original back wall of the house. But what I love is that they've kept that big opening, the architraves, the shutter boxes of the window that would have been here, and they've just created this big window seat opening into a huge extension at the back. Very, very clever, very dramatic as well.
What's great about this room is the colour tones. You've got that grey again, terrific skins, you've got a reindeer hide and a sheepskin. It's just a lovely collection of furniture. I love the suitcase in the middle.
Yeah.
Isn't that great as a table?
Actually great to see the original proportions of these rooms. It gives it a really grand feeling. Because a lot of these houses have been turned into flats, which is just an absolute crying shame. But it's great to see one like this brought back to life.
I think it's terrific and the selection of furniture is fantastic. And I can't wait to see the rest of the home.
Nice detail lighting on the stairs, isn't it?
It's amazing staircase.
Wow. Amazing.
We talk about natural light and how that improves the space and the impact it has on a space. And the size of it, the scale of it, the detailing in the windows. It's just, I'm a little bit blown away.
There's also a consistency in the colour and the tone that we saw upstairs, and it's been brought down here. So the whole house is connected.
And this is their favourite spot. It's pretty easy to see why. I mean, incredible light, you know, connection with all the rooms.
Yeah.
Great place to entertain.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if people come through the front door, straight down the stairs, everybody gravitates towards here. I would say this is probably the heart of the home.
I mean, I think it's clear to see that the owners here are creative, you know, possibly work in the visual arts. I mean, I really admire what they've done, but I'm just putting it out there. Does it feel a bit like a series of magazine shoots? I mean, this is home of the year. Does it feel homely?
It's a really, really good question, actually, because it is so cool. Every room is so cool. Every room is like a stage set.
I can understand where you're both coming from, but I have to say, I just disagree completely. Because for me, the personality of these homeowners comes through in this little vignette. So, but that book has been placed like that for a reason, because to them, that makes that alcove perfection. And that is their personality. And it oozes out for me all over this house, everywhere. And I just love it.
I just don't know, for me, if I could live in a house where the book always had to be at a 45-degree angle, you know. But clearly for these homeowners, it works. And I mean, I do think this house is incredible.
Lovely functional kitchen, great colour palette, tones in with everything else we've seen. And I just love this great big piece of stone.
I love these light fixtures, actually, a real nod to the industrial chic trend which we've seen throughout the house. And this old timber door, which actually leads through to the laundry. It's very clever because actually the kitchen itself is quite classic, and I think the mixture works really well.
This is is the master bedroom.
Yeah. Wow, loads of light.
Everything is perfect. Every piece of furniture is amazing. That seat is an original. It is like a set.
What I think is really interesting in this room actually is that the walls are white and they've painted the ceiling a colour, because we do have this thing that, you know, ceiling always has to be white, but this is a great example that they don't, and I think it really works and it's very, very clever.
I think this room is great, and what I love is you have another little vignette with this chair that isn't complete, sort of a distressed look over here. That attention to detail and the design ethos.
Super commitment. I mean, like, I wonder in 10 years' time if you come back to this house, what you would think of
different.
it. Do you think
But
so?
it would be completely different because it would be whatever's on trend in 10 years' time.
You think they would actually recycle it like that, yeah?
Absolutely. You know, this house is going to change with the trends.
Elements will change, their vignettes will change, but the tone and the personality of the house won't change.
You know, something that looked new to you 3 years ago, you know, you've grown tired of it because you're looking at it all the time.
We're agreeing with one another.
Yeah,
Which is very
absolutely.
nice, Helen.
Yeah. it is.
I'm so happy. Oh, at last, darling.
The final house.
Well, it only took 21 houses and a couple of thousand miles of driving around Ireland, but eventually Hugh and Helen are in agreement at long last.
The visual creativity and understanding of interior design oozes out in every corner of this home. This is a terrific home. I give it a 9.
Here they've extended very cleverly to give you living spaces on the ground floor that connect with the garden, all within a volume of space that's full of light and drama. I'm giving this house a 9.
What a brave and bold design statement this house is, which seamlessly marries contemporary style with period features. I think this house is pretty incredible.
Having visited all 3 homes, it's time to see which one has earned its place in the final. First, the log house, where Declan held back his score.
This was so unique. It was actually a very cleverly laid out house. In terms of the style, I think they're still finding their feet, but overall, there's a lot to be admired there, and I give it a 7.
2 7s and a 6 is a total of 20.
Next, Hugh reveals what he gave the city mews.
Unfortunately, the house didn't inspire me, and for that reason, I gave this home a 6.
6? I think that's a bit low because I think that house had loads to offer.
A 6, an 8 and a 7 is a total of 21.
And finally, Helen reveals what she gave the Victorian terraced home.
There's nothing apprehensive about this home. A really confident design statement throughout the house. And I gave it a 9.
Great score.
3 9s, a total score of 27. Fantastic score for this house.
And we have a winner.
Yes.
We do indeed.
Our final home to go through.
So taking the last place in the final is the Victorian terraced home in Dublin.
7 incredible homes in the final. The standard in this competition is sky high.
I think it'd be a challenge for us to decide which one is going to be the winner.
Next week, the homeowners come face to face with the judges and find out which home will take the title.
The winner of Home of the Year is